my practice with Ropers and Jeske, Cohen & Bentley is a general civil litigation firm doing real estate, landlord-tenant, personal injury type matters for the first 4 years of my practice, and opened up my own practice in 2005. I did that primarily because I wanted to be more accessible to people with lower resources and the neighborhoods that I grew up in the southeast side of the city. I see your hat. I grew up in a union household. My dad was a splicer and a member of a 9410.
There you go.
Yeah, I don't know if you were as well. But,
this is from a friend, it's New England Power and Electric.
okay.
Yeah, the union there, yeah.
My parents immigrated from El Salvador in 1971, pursuing the classic American dream, and they did pretty well at accomplishing that and trying to follow in that footsteps. I've tried to maximize my adult life with the vision towards serving, and always trying to keep in mind that I have definitely been blessed to be born in the U.S. and to have a supportive household, and I try to make the most of that. I've received a lot of accomplishments as a lawyer. In my 13 years of practice, I've crammed in a lot of work, both in civil and criminal cases. I've represented people in all three of our courthouses, and it's been a real honor to represent people, particularly cases where people are at their rawest moments. And it's a privilege. It's tough to do, but it is really a privilege to serve in that capacity. This has now allowed me an opportunity to be visible in our courts, to get to know the court system, the interplay of what happens when people actually get to court pretty well. And I now enjoy the endorsement of 44 judges, which is 4 times the amount, approximately 4 times the amount of what my opponent has. I don't know exactly where she's at this point. And the Bar Association of San Francisco, which I'm a member of and my opponent is a member of as well, has conducted an extensive interview and investigation process, which includes not only a pretty extensive questionnaire, but also includes interviews of other lawyers and judges in the community that know your capability, your character, and everything else. So I passed out a press release on that. I am proud of being deemed qualified, despite that some might say we have 13 years compared to 30. The experience here really lies on what happens in court. My opponent's never tried a case. Her capacity as a lawyer has been that as a transactional lawyer and then a mediator. And she's done really good work in San Francisco. I respect her. But this is a position for trial court judge. This position is open for people, and the necessity right now in San Francisco is for a lawyer to fill those shoes as best as possible, hit the ground running, and try to be effective and efficient in court, which I believe, and many of my supporters believe, is extremely difficult to do if you have never yourself been in those battles, if you don't know the procedural mechanisms of it. So from a qualification standpoint, I think there's a big difference between me and my opponent. And from the way that I've handled this race, many people say, well, we don't understand why judges are involved in politics, and we don't like judges involved in politics, you're supposed to be neutral. I'm proud of the way that I've handled this campaign and the support that I've been able to get. I've been endorsed by the Democratic Party, which is mine, my party, the Republican Party, and the Green Party. And I think that speaks particularly to this group where you're coming together for democracy for San Francisco and accepting people with moderate, progressive, et cetera. My position as judge, if elected, would not be to be playing favorites in that capacity. It would be to be neutral, to understand what the law is and what the issues are before the court, and to ensure that there's an even playing field. And that's where the discretion comes in. Right? The discretionary part that judges get to implement is largely based on what their perspective is when they see cases. When people come into court and they have to go to work the next day, and it may be a minor offense, something that came up before, how willing is a judge to consider creative opportunities for release, different things that maintain that balance of keeping our public safe and holding people accountable for their actions. These are things that I have personally dealt with. Again, it's experience that comes in from the exact same things that we deal with in court. This is what I believe I would bring to the table. I humbly ask for your endorsement, and with that, I will open up for questions if there's time.
Who you want to go?